Book 8, Veracini Sonata in E minor. Second movement, Allegro con fuoco. Okay, better have your fiery force in action. Let's go slowly through the first little bit. If you can play the first 3 lines in tune, we should feel pretty good about playing the rest of it accurately. So let's have a go. 1 and 2. That much again. Unless you have perfect D sharps, don't even think about going further. 1 and 2. Now I can tell you with great happiness that you've already played that exact trill before. You know, that nasty shift to... It's back in book 4 in your Vivaldi A minor, bottom of the first page. And if you got it wrong there, you may have to work really hard on it here. No, of course, you wouldn't have got it wrong back in book 4. What am I saying? Crazy. Listen to it carefully though. This. Okay, and the trill is also a little narky because it's a whole tone. But you played that a million times in Ramo Gavotte. Oh, so this will actually be simple. Let's do that much again and your D sharps and F sharps will be beautiful. Ready, and... So already we have 2 very clear chunks to practice, right? We've got the first part going to the trill. Let's play our second phrase again. You don't need to tell me what the second phrase is. You should know what the second phrase is. Okay, those semiquavers. Yeah, you can drill them with a metronome. It's a really good idea. Separate bows. Let's just play them for intonation. Make sure the F natural is excellent. Ready, go. Ready, go. Now reach out with the third finger for the D sharp. Again. One more time. Next bit. Again. Make sure your is very good, please. Ready, go. Next little bit. Again. Then we triplet it. Again. Leave the bow on. Again. Oh, my trill is uneven. Go again. That's better. Whoa. Okay, let's play for the second phrase again. I will put the bowing back into the semiquavers. I'll play it a little faster. If you want to stop and hone your semiquavers, please do. Next phrase, right? So I don't think there's anything too nasty in there. Maybe getting lovely trills and controlling your bow well. This feeling of saving your down bow, So you've got a little bit more weight and really having your brush hands enabled. Let's go from bar 10 again. Yep, third phrase. And. Nasty tricky bits in there, right? They're all those lovely trill sections. You have the choice to play them in second position, which means you don't need to trill with your fourth finger, but means you do need to shift halfway through a very fast phrase. Personally, I prefer to just bite the bullet and trill with my fourth finger, but if you want to shift to second, go for your life. Let's play from the upbeat to 19, which is like the introduction to that first nasty part. 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, da, dum, and. You can shift it a second. And then you've got to move here. Okay, let's try it with first position fingers. And. Up to you. Personally, I feel it's so fast that it's not worth the shift, but you may like to take the opportunity to work on your fourth finger trills. The Rota Caprice #1 study is really, really good for that. And again, you can use it to work on your trills and shifting, or you can use it to shift less and work on your fourth finger trills. The choice is yours. You know where the holes are in your technique or what weak points you need to strengthen. Fourth finger trills do make gypsy music and pieces like Hajakati much, much easier. So if you can use your fourth finger competently and really enable that, Schreidick is also fantastic for getting that fourth finger working well. And the polo studies, because they really train your posture to be amazing so that fourth finger is not weaker than everyone else. It's just a little shorter on the end of your hand. So consider how you want to play this. I can't tell you what's best for your physique or your hand. All I can do is make suggestions. So let's play again from that young da 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 dum bum bum. And watch out for the harmonics. You may want to grab your highlighter and just swipe those in so that you get them. Ready? Upbeat to 19. Play. Harmonic. And let's make sure it happens in bar 21 and again in 26. People often shift short and don't hit the B natural. So make sure. Oh, I missed it that time. Feel free to stop me and play it 20 times yourself. Let's check. Am I playing that much in tune? Is my intonation good? Is my bow handling okay? Are my fingers over here, loose and relaxed and working? Am I thinking of saving my down bows? All of this stuff I think we covered already in Fiocco Allegro back in book 6. So if you're struggling with it here, it's a sign that you really need to work on your review pieces and that you may have holes or things that don't work very well for you in book 5 and book 6. So instead of, digging yourself into a mess here with something you don't know very well that's difficult because it's all new, go back and play your review and look for, oh, that's the same as, oh, great, okay, I've got that now. Because things in Fiocco, right? On the second phrase, we go. That's really useful here. All those little rests in fiocco allegro. They come in very handy here when you've got to stop your bow with great control. So that's a great review piece. Most of book 6 really supports this sonata. It's a bit of a stop and take check and make sure you've mastered all the technique you've learnt up to here. Let's take a look at the second section. If we've got the D sharps and G sharps working well, this should be a walk in the park. And second, third, oh, be careful with that. You can play it in half position, taking a third finger, or you can play a high to a low one. Doesn't hugely matter. I've always found it easier to play the high 2 because I've just played it here. I just take my second finger across and it doesn't worry me to reach back with my first finger. But you do what works for you. On we go. Practice on trills. High third. Now this is where your 4th finger trills make another appearance. So it's worth getting them right and I think playing them on page 1. Let's play that phrase again. 42. And that in itself is a great exercise, right? Let's do it again. One more time. And breathe. Same as before. Now, here come our trills. Again, like fiocco allegro, we're going to need that dexterity. This is your 100 times bit. Let's play it without the trills to start to make sure the frame works right. Okay, so we know all those semiquavers from page 1. Now we just have to get the trills in there. Make sure your bow is cemented onto the string. I guess for me, I think about the dynamics being more related to the length of bow rather than the weight. The weight does increase, but because I'm trilling and the string is going to oscillate under the bow, I need to make sure the bow is nicely attached to the string, and that will also mean playing a little closer to the bridge because that's where the string really will move the least. That's physics, guys, okay? Bit of maths, geometry, angles, okay, cool. Let's try from bar 52, upbeat to bar 53. Ready, and. All good? Cool. Make sure they all start from the 3rd finger. So it's just like playing a mordant. You have to stop and think about what note you're allowing to sound first. Kind of important. Again, and. D sharp. obviously I've played that at a really moderate tempo because the more you play it accurately and correctly, the faster you're going to learn it. So the more you play it slowly, the faster you're going to learn it. Isn't that weird? It feels really counterintuitive, but I'm sure you know by now at the end of book 8 how to practice. Small chunks, slowly. They're like the two hot things. And because you're doing it slowly, you'll do it correctly. And because you're doing it slowly, your brain can hear every note. And because you've listened to it heaps, your brain will hear any notes that happen to slip and not have great intonation. So listen, 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 listen. Slow practice, segmented practice. Isolate the things you find challenging and do them the most. You know, ratio 10 to 1. Hard bit, easy bit. 10 times one time, 10 times one time, 10 times one time. And think as much as you can about letting your fingers fall down onto the string rather than throwing them at the string or banging them at the string. Let gravity drop them on. You'll find that your trills are much faster and that you have less tension in the back of your hand. And for pieces like this which demand stamina and brilliance all the way through, because remember we have the gavotte coming up and that's another, I need my trills switched on. You need to make sure that your body is relaxed and capable of letting those things happen beautifully. So enjoy it. Make sure that you work on your intonation in the first 2 lines and really hammer your intonation, hammer your trills, clean shifting, and most of this you already know. It's all back in book 5 and book 6, I promise. Enjoy.